Welcome back to the Vantage Point YouTube channel, and it's album review time again, and for once we're going with a newly released album, and it's from the legendary Steve Vai, but that was last year's. This is this year's. Steve Vai presents Vai-Gash. So yes, after putting out his latest solo album in 2022, Steve Vai has issued another album at the start of 2023, although this was recorded back in 1991. So we'll do a review of this, and at the end we'll see where this album sits in my chart. You can see how many I've reviewed so far, and obviously if you subscribe to the channel then you can keep up to date with all my other album reviews. So apparently Steve Vai recorded this back in 1991. It's 8 songs. He had intended to go back and record more, but unfortunately the singer died, so the songs just got put on a shelf until now, and he's issued it. And he says the intention behind it was to do an album of biker anthems to listen to when he's out riding his Harley. So it's not like your Steve Vai instrumental album. It's more, he said, by his 70s rock influences. So the first track, In the Wind, comes on, and to me it does sound a lot more 80s than 70s influenced, but it's definitely a biker anthem. I mean, all the lyrics are about getting on your bike and driving in the wind, and it's really up tempo. It's a great tune, and you realise straight away what a great singer Gash was. It's so unfortunate he never got to, well, he never even got to see the release of this album, never mind go on and do more stuff. In the Wind is just a fantastic rock tune, and Steve Vai is quite understated on it. You know, it's not like when he played on the Slip of the Tongue album and he was putting in all sorts of guitar frills and bells and whistles over the tune. He's just rocking out with it, and then even the solo is quite short and sharp and to the point, and it's not a million notes per minute. It's just a really great solo that goes with the song, and I think it's a fantastic opening. Had this come out, obviously, mid-90s, it would have been hit by that awful grunge music and maybe died to death, but I certainly would have loved it back then. I mean, I love it now, and I would have had it on many listens, and in fact there's maybe an alternative universe where Coverdale doesn't disband Whitesnake after the Slip of the Tongue tour, and the music's on this became the next Whitesnake album and went supernova. But obviously that's not what happened in this universe. Next track up, Busted, is follows on. It's got a short intro, and then the drums compiling in, and it's more up tempo. There's real, the drums really going for it, they're really fast. And Vai's personality maybe comes out a bit more in this song. You know, there's a few more squeals and squeaks, but nothing like on his kind of solo stuff. So unfortunately the booklet doesn't say who wrote the songs. I mean, I'm assuming Steve Vai did the music and the singer Gash did the lyrics, but it also doesn't say who played on it, because this song, there's some nice breakdown. It's just bass under the vocals, which I'm assuming Steve Vai, but I don't know. And great gang vocals on the chorus, and it's this one. Busted's real fist in the air anthem, so a great double whammy start to it. The next track up, Let's Jam, when you go from the title, you think, oh, Steve Vai song, Let's Jam, this is just going to be guitar histrionics, but it's not. It's another vocal-led track. The drum intro at the start, it kind of leads you to think this is going to be I Can't Drive 55, but then it goes off slightly differently. The vocals are really good in the pre-chorus, really nice double-tracked before onto the soaring chorus. And again, another short solo, which just suits the song nicely. And then there's some more guitar work and solos on the outro from Vai. So he's playing some great stuff, but it's not quite what you know him for. And as such, it's probably some of his most commercial playing, even more so maybe than the Roth and the Whitesnake stuff. And then the next track up, Wound Fever, it's got a real nice groove, really hitting the drums and downbeat. It's a much more bluesy feel to this one, which really allows the vocals to shine, and with a more soulful side of his singing come out, and then Vai showing you can play the blues on his guitar as well. There's probably not a lot you can't do in the guitar, and it just sounds like a good rocking blues. So you can almost imagine you're listening to a live bar band, particularly with at the end with all the vocal interjections going over the solo, and as the song comes to a conclusion, which is pretty quickly, it's only 2.5 minutes long. And then that's followed by She Saved My Life Tonight, which is a real melodic track. Lots of nice backing vocals, and the cleany guitar sounds are really, really nice. This one, I guess back in the day, could have been the big radio hit. And then there's lots of nice guitar in the outro. And then they kick it up again with Danger Zone, which is another excellent hard rock tune with some awesome riffing and great singing. And there's great use of the woes and oohs. It's kind of got hints of 80s Kiss backing vocals there. You can almost hear Paul Stanley doing them. I'm sure it wasn't him. And there's a really good solo in this one, which probably sounds a bit more technical than the rest. But yeah, another great track. And then next one, New Generation, is probably my least favourite on the album. It's another biker anthem. There's some really good drumming and drum fills and stuff on this one, but the kind of repeated "So Let's Go" vocal line isn't that melodic or sing along, and it doesn't quite do it as much for me. But it's still well played and well produced, and a decent enough track. It's not a skipper. It's just not a song you probably think, I'll go back and listen to that one. And then the last track on the album, we're kind of veering into the ballad territory. With again, nice, shiny, clean guitar sounds, and another great vocal performance. Although the tune isn't, I don't think, that brilliant and memorable, some of the other songs, but you kind of listen to it and think, well, this could have been a huge hit if it had come out in the 80s and had a video all over MTV. So, well, that was the 8 tracks. I mean, particularly the first 6, I think it's brilliant, and I've played it several times already, and I think I'll be playing it a lot more. And then the last 2 songs are pretty decent, but not the best. So, as with all my album reviews, here is my marks out of 10 for each song, and if we obviously divide that by the number of songs are on, we can get a mark for the album, and it can then go into my album chart, which there it is. So as I said, you can subscribe to the channel, and you can find out when MDick's doing album reviews and see how my little chart builds up. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.